Look at what I did to the coupe. Got it painted, put a body kit. No, I'm just kidding. So I wanted to do the polish video, take a night off from the car, or at least an evening off from the car, and do a little polishing with the polisher that the buffer that helper Jimmy, probably down in the comments, let me borrow, so, and gave me some polish. So I appreciate that, Jimmy. We're gonna put it to use. Not that I really care to have my car polished, but I need to be more proficient with it. I think I've only used one for like 10 minutes one time, so I need to be more proficient with it. It would be good content, something that you guys can learn from, see some before and afters, and we can kind of both learn together. So this is after wash. I just got done washing it, let it dry. Cat scratches. Gonna have to make some beef chow meowing. But as you can see, the paint is not good. I mean, it's fine. The clear's all there. It's like, and it's not got a whole bunch of orange peel in it. But there are scratches and nicks and stuff all over the paint. Well, we're not going to be able to get a nick out with a buffer, but you can see different scratches and all types of shit, and we are going to see how good we can make it look. At first, I'm going to use no sandpaper at all. Like I said, this thing doesn't have a whole bunch of orange peel in it. Like, it's not that bad, and so I don't know how good this is, like, the difference between this, because I can do a side profile, and anything that's basically reflective is going to look like glass from this kind of angle. So it's already easy to make it look good in these kind of camera angles, but I assure you, it's not. So I'm going to clay bar it real fast. I'm going to do just a little bit of that on my head. Sorry. And I'm going to show you how to clay bar real quick. I've already got a little patty mixed up. Not mixed up, but kind of kneaded up. And you just, this came with it, some quick detailer mist and wipe, Meguiar's. So you just get it a little moist on there and just kind of just rub it back and forth. And you'll kind of feel it. You'll feel it at first, give you resistance in areas, and then all of a sudden you'll wipe, and then it'll kind of break free. And this is getting off. There's not a whole bunch. I already clay barred a little bit of the car the other day when I washed it. But this will get any contaminants that were kind of stuck, like tree sap or anything like that, that's actually stuck to the paint that your car wash couldn't get off. Because when you're using the buffer polisher, whatever you want to refer to it as, when you're using that, anything that gets caught in the pad itself will become kind of an abrasive. Let's say, just for an example, you got a very small rock in it. Well, now it's going to spin that rock all along your paint. So you want to be careful and make sure that you got a good, this isn't 100% necessary, but it's a good idea to do. Like if this was going to be a show car, definitely do it. This one is more of just I'm just doing it. Like for this video, I'll probably just do the hood, maybe the hood and a fender. Because again, the car looks good enough to me. This isn't a show car. Like I've got 4 240s and one that I'm making look really good. I don't have to have all my cars look good. I'm not like that. So just want to rub it on the surface, get any stuck contaminants off of it. Hit every square inch you can. There's really no trick to it. Just every once in a while, kind of flip it, knead it some. The debris will kind of knead in there, and then you can get some fresh territory to work with on it. Like I said, I'm not pulling a whole bunch off because I did this the other day. But we are almost done. Now you can spend a little bit more time on it. Like I said, this is a not 100% necessary step. If you did a really good job washing it, like, you shouldn't have that much of a problem. And it would be different too as well if I was doing this and then looking at the underside of it and it was just full of contaminants, then I would be like, okay, maybe I need to stop, but I'm not seeing anything in it. So you can just give it kind of a quick pass over. Make sure you're not rubbing anything too harsh into the paint. Because the whole idea through polishing is just ramping up the grits, or the equivalent grit in the polish itself, the compound. We'll be using two types of compound, kind of a heavier and then a fine, if you will. And it's the same thing with polishing aluminum. If you've not seen my polish aluminum videos, you should do it. Teach you something, learn you something. But it's just going through the steps until it is more reflective. So now I'll get kind of an extra little thing like that. Make sure I have a clean microfiber. And I'll just wipe all that off. Now the clay bar is not actually putting anything down. It's not like a wax or anything. And the next step after polishing a vehicle would be waxing it to protect it. I don't have any wax at this time, so I'm not going to do that. I'll do that in a different video. But the clay bar does not leave anything. I'm just wiping off whatever residue is from that lubricant they gave me, the quick detailer. The clay bar is just literally kind of acting like silly putty and mopping up stuff. All right. So now I'm going to pop back in a second when I've got the buffer all plugged up and I got the compound ready and I got it ready, things ready to start. Hold on. All right, we're back. Now, let me preface this again with, I really don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I do and I don't. I know the basics of it, and I know what I need to do and what I don't need to do, and I'm already starting off wrong. So before I finish off starting off wrong, let me correct myself. You do not want this polish getting in. Now this is a lesson that I don't have to learn the hard way. I'm gonna learn it from others. You do not, and I repeat, do not want this shit getting in your cracks. You are gonna hate yourself trying to get it out, and you're gonna want to kill yourself. Also, stay off your edges. Don't get on the edges. It is sharp and it will create a bunch of heat, and it will literally melt your clear coat off and ruin your paint job. So this isn't really for the beginner. I mean, yes, I'm a beginner, but I also know the warnings, and I know I've been around it enough and I understand paint enough that I'm gonna be okay. But if you were gonna do this with absolutely no auto body or car paint knowledge, I'd probably just leave it up to somebody else, or do a lot more research, or better yet, even better than that, you can still get your hands dirty. Maybe even go to a body shop, and they usually have a dumpster outside full of car parts that are fucked off. Well, some of them usually still have pretty good areas of paint that is still just normal paint. Practice on that. See if you can polish it up good without ruining it. Where's my... I'll wipe it down one more time. Again, I'm in a dusty garage that I do body work in, so there's probably going to constantly settle more dirt in here. I just got done blowing it out an hour ago or less. All right. This is one-step polish. I'm going to be using one-step polish and a machine polish to get rid of the swirls that this might leave. So Jimmy was saying if I had this area and I was going to wipe it and this was Bondo, then I would need to do about like that. That's probably sufficient. Now I've got this thing on the lowest it'll go. We will take it slow and see how I like it. Now do not just start this thing. It's gonna be hard to talk while I do this. I see that already. Don't just put it in there and sling it. Wipe this stuff around first, or you're gonna have a bad day. It's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna be hard to clean up. You're not gonna like it. People are gonna laugh at you. Don't do that. All right, again, keep moving. You do not want to heat up the panel. You might want to get a little heat in it to help you do what you need to do, but if you get it too hot, you're gonna melt the clear, and you're gonna ruin your day and your car. looks a little dry though. I feel like I need just a hair more. I don't know why, but again, we're learning. This car didn't have great paint in the beginning. As long as I don't burn it, it's not really gonna hurt my feelings any. I'm learning. I'm learning for you guys and with you guys. And now, it may be also this is a brand new pad and it doesn't have anything built up in it as well, so that's why it might be going a little dry. All right, so we're getting into where the cat scratches were. Let's see. Blech. See if it'll do anything to it. Okay, so I'm getting some heat in it. I just kind of want to watch it. If I put my hand down there and it was scorching hot, I would want to be careful. This shit's cool. I like this shit. God, I'm going to be cold at this shit, son. All right, so I'm not sure if you can pick it up or not, but there's no more cat scratches. Didn't touch it with sandpaper. Didn't even use the other polish yet. I've been doing this for 5 minutes. Panel's not hot. And we got the scratches out. So this shit is pretty cool. Also, I'm using the white pad right now. I also have a black pad over there. This one is for the rubbing compound, which is what I'm using, which is a little bit more aggressive. And then I'll switch to the black pad with the black cap machine polish, and that will... So rubbing compound is coarser grit. If you feel it, you can actually feel the texture in it. And then the machine polish is a little lighter. Now this probably wouldn't be considered full out rubbing compound only because this is a one-step system, which is kind of like, normally there's a rubbing compound, then an intermediate step, and then the machine polish. This is kind of the first 2 steps in one and kind of dipping into the third, but sometimes people prefer to add on the machine polish at the end just to get any extra swirls away. I can see what swirls they're talking about. I don't know how much of that would go away right now with a microfiber. Again, I'm kind of new to this. Okay, so the swirls, so I'm not seeing any swirls that it leaves. Gosh, damn, this fucking looks good. Holy shit. Dude, there's no scratches in it. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna have to start charging people to do this because I'm gonna make a lot of money. There's a parking lot down the street where every weekend they have like, I don't know, there's probably 4 or 5 different wash trucks that people like buy little mobile water holding rigs and pressure washers and stuff. Man, just hand out my business cards. Woo-wee, that's Slick Rick right there, and that's not even touched with sandpaper. All right, let's continue. Let's get some more on here. I don't think it's a good idea to go dry. Nobody likes it dry. Everybody likes it wet, huh? Right? Wet? Yeah? Everybody likes it a little wet? A little wet? A little lubrication? A little squeaky squeaky? Squeaky squeaky. That's what I meant by the splat. Yeah, see? That's what they're talking about. So all of that shit is gonna dry and it's gonna be a motherfucker to get off. I don't know if I'm pointing this at that, but let me make sure. I don't want to have to put you back on my head, but this is a good learning step. Also, so don't slam the buffer into the car. You also don't want to do that. So this right here, this is a learning lesson. Learn from me. This little tape was not enough. It kept it out of the crack, but I've got to clean all this shit off my windshield and my windshield wipers. And it's going to dry really fast, so I may try to... I don't know. It's like Joe Dirt. I'm new and I don't know what to do. My windshield's going to be polished as shit, son. Say bye-bye, bugs. All right, so if you do get some... I mean, obviously, I'm probably going to continue to get some, so this is kind of a fruitless effort to do an intermediate cleaning, because I guarantee you as soon as I spin that polisher back up, it's going to do it again. Well, I don't know. That time I didn't rub it in enough, so maybe it won't do it again. I think this is just from this time anyway. All right, so that wasn't a big deal, but if you leave it to dry, it will dry, and then it will be a motherfucker to get off. So again, it didn't look all that bad beforehand, but there are no scratches in this thing. And I've like gone over it for like 30 seconds. Sorry, you're upside down. Sorry. Woo, 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 woo. All right, so rub it in. Like I said, not even listening to my own advice. Usually how it goes, huh? Now, judging by what it's doing, I think I've got a sufficient amount in it now. Now again, this I don't know how well it picks up on camera, but this swoops up to here and then has a ridge there. So do not focus on that line. If you want to come up to it, cool. If you want to come up to it, cool. But if you want to just flash over it real quick, cool. But do not run on that line. Yeah, I can definitely feel the warmth in the panel, but there's not a scratch on this thing. There is not a, well, okay. So this is, so I was focusing here and then I kind of did a quick pass over here. So these wash scratches right here, whatever these little like Scotch-Brite looking scratches are still here, but it is, I mean, I guess I've been in a shop enough to know what this stuff does, so it's not really that much of a surprise to me, but once you actually do it for yourself, you're like, holy shit, this stuff's a monster. So again, rub it in so you don't sling it everywhere. If you leave it in a puddle and hit that trigger, it's going everywhere. All right, we're doing good on heat. All right, so because I'm inexperienced, I don't know when it's really a good time to go on to the next step. But since I'm not seeing the scratches, let's go find that one, or see if we can find that. All right, so it's still there a little bit. I wonder if you should stay on that one until you get that stuff out, or go to the next one and then expect it to be gone by the time that one's done. Not sure. My gut says probably stay on that step that I was just on for a little longer. I think I've given that side of the hood a little bit more love, and that's probably what I'm seeing. But that does look really good. I think the next step will make it look even better though. If nothing else, just going to the less aggressive pad will make it look better. All right, I think I'm going to go to the next step just to see, and then I can make a determination from there if I feel that I need to go back a step. Put that white one back in the bag so she can stay safe. I don't know why it's not wanting to go in there. There we go. All right. Now, different polish. This is the machine polish. All right, let's go. Why are you stuck? Okay, all right. We have opened the bottle's urethra, it seems. Sorry to be graphic. Okay, that's a lot. So I opened her up pretty good, it seems. Ah, let's see what she does. So yes, the answer I do believe is if you need to get scratches out some more, excuse me, if you need to get scratches out some more, stay on that more aggressive step. This looks like it's just polished, which makes sense because that's how it would work in like if I was polishing in aluminum. But I can definitely see where I've hit versus just the original rubbing compound. But so yes, I can see where it's just kind of polishing over the scratches now. The first step made them go away. This one's kind of polishing over, if you will. But this one kind of dries on its own, I see, and flashes off almost. So I can see why they would choose this to be the last step. Yeah, I can just see in the reflection how this is the polish, yeah. It looks good. All right, so I really like when it dries a little bit. I really like how it works. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a dope machine right there. Where did the scratches go? Where did the cat scratches go? I mean, I can't take paint chips out. Sorry. Those are all rock chips. I can't take those out, unfortunately. Not with a buffer. But look at that. Not a scratch in sight. I don't even know if you can pick up those anymore. Kinda. I'm making the light go over it. You can kind of see it right when the light comes out of it at the top. But as long as your microfiber's clean, you should be able to hand polish like this, no problem. Of course, I just kind of stopped midway through. As you saw, I didn't hit every inch of the hood with that second step. I just kind of wanted to get to a point where we could see what the scratches did. And they are gone. This looks sick. This looks sick. It's gathering dust in here so quick. And it's so easy to see the dust now because it's so polished. That is crazy. That looks so good. That looks dope. All right. So that's it. And then maybe one of the next videos, if I find some, because I think the back bumper is going to have some scratches. Excuse me. The back bumper is going to probably have some scratches that is not going to get out with just compound and polish. So I will be using at least 3,000 grit, but maybe even 2,000 grit sandpaper on it. So we'll come back to that when we get to that. I'm going to do some more buffing. That shit's fun. This is why I'm Grant the Polish Guy. Peace.